had a limited amount of control over our community. Is it possible to have control over our community under integration? Panel.
No.
Assalamu alaikum. The short answer is no. No. But what was so interesting is the language. They were considered race men. They were considered men that are credit to the race. And so their whole desire was to rebuild the economic structure. If you notice, it said in the video that they got started in 1885. 1885. Well, what happened in 1877? They took the troops out. And down south in Louisiana, where I'm from, they started stealing our land. And many of our family members, Dr. Ridgely, who were members of a group that has been systematically written out of history, and I don't even see them in the Historic Civil Rights Museum, Civil War Museum, the Knights of Liberty. Some 47,000, some say 50,000 black men united who were going to fight for freedom and independence to free the land. This is very important. It was Frederick Douglass who talked to the Knights of Liberty, and in fact, some of my family members were members of the Knights of Liberty. This whole history has been passed down in my family.
Wow.
And they split the Knights of Liberty by telling them that they would get 40 acres and a mule.
What? Oh, wow.
And so some of them joined the Confederate Army and some of them joined the Union Army. This is really important that we understand our history. We've always been fighting not for integration, but as Sister Ava says, instead of integration, economic equality. Yes. If you notice, we put this up, if you raise the screen up, because we want you to see the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he teaches us that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the eternal leader of the Nation of Islam. And so that means that we have to take a deep look into what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching us and what he's saying. If you notice, when Minister Farrakhan came out with the 3-year economic program, Muhammad's economic blueprint, recently, our open enemy and constant oppressor went and manufactured another group and called that group Black Lives Matter. And put people in the group to push not economic equality, but to push LGBT rights. You want to know how come integration is so hard to get through to our people? It's because the tear has been growing among the wheat. And some of these leaders are like Teddy, but it's harvest time. And so education, but what kind of education? We need land literacy now. If we get millions of acres of land, are we going to make Dr. Ridgely bear this cross alone? The trade that I learned has been passed down in our family for at least 5 generations, and I build streets and roads in Louisiana. It means that we would have to get our children and teach them land literacy so that they would know how to farm and how to produce something over there. So when you say 40 acres and a mule, you have to have 3 components of economics. One, you need the land, but you got to have mule or muscle, some man to work the land, skilled labor. Dr. Claude Anderson says that skilled labor or men increase the value of your property by 90%. And we need a little cash. And so everybody in this room knows that integration is failed. But it's key points in history that we got to tie in order to make this panel what it ultimately has to be. And that's the veil for me. But please, go and look up the Knights of Liberty, Policy Kings. And also remember that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the eternal leader of the Nation of Islam, and we would not know that if it were not the Honorable Minister